Welcome algebra parents or parents of algebra students that are in my Common Core Algebra 1AB. Just a quick little introduction. That's me on your right, and to the left is my very handsome Papa Saki, the one who gave me the name Miss Yamasaki, so we call him the Papa Saki. And then of course we've got Ivan. He's right underneath me. He's 18 years old and wandered into my classroom 18 years ago, and I took him home and he's still kicking. And this is Happy. She's my mother-in-law's dog that we've recently acquired. And this is us in Ivan's happy place at the beach. One person we're missing is Lady, who is too big to get in this picture. She's a basset hound and we can't travel with her. And of course, my son, who is off in high school doing something high school related. So, with that in mind, let us begin. The first thing I'm going to do is take you to how to get to the syllabus. So, if you go to the Millikan website and you go to faculty, you go to directory, scroll all the way down, and you go to Miss Yamasaki. This website I really only use at the beginning of the year. After this, I pretty much put everything on Schoology. How do you get to Schoology? Well, you have to sign up for Passport, and you can see that right here. I'm not seeing it as I'm scrolling around. You can see that kind of right there in the middle of the page. It says Schoology Parent Portal, and then in parentheses, Passport. So go there. Those are the directions. And right beneath it is also another link for the parent portal. Now, first thing I'm really going to go through is the syllabus, and then we'll come back to this website. So I've copied and pasted. When I click, one more time, I clicked to the left. It said Algebra Syllabus. And I have it copied and pasted here, but I'm going to go to a better version. I'll go to, there's a Microsoft Word version there, and then there's a PDF version down here. Down at the bottom are two live links in purple that I'm going to want after you go through the syllabus for you to sign off that you and your child have done this. If you've already done this, that's fine. Pull that one up, and we will go through. Whoops. Not sure why that's popping up. Okay, here we go. So the first thing we're going to go through, if you want to look at the standards that we'll be covering, you can click this live link. That will take you to all the Algebra 1 Common Core standards. We do cover the entire book. Classroom rules. Just basically, what I'm looking for is that students are in their seat ready to go with their journal open. Their journal open with their homework out and corrected and ready to go when the bell rings. I say no drinking or chewing gum, but in terms of water is always allowed in my class. Okay, let's jump right to homework policy. Homework will be assigned daily and sometimes over winter and Thanksgiving and spring break. It depends on where we are. Sometimes if we are ahead, I don't have to, and other times if we're falling behind and I need them to study for finals, I might assign them something. Homework will be posted most of the time on Schoology, but it will always be on the board. We check homework daily. Homework needs to be open to the page and corrected with a colored pen. And it should be in their math notebook. I say that because I want them to start organizing their notes. And if it's in a math notebook, it's bound and it can't come out. And now they're not looking for it. They look to the last page. So it should be in their notebook, bound. I need it dated, titled, dated on top, the title, and the section number, very important because that's how it is in my grade book, with the page number, and the work should be done in pencil and neatly. I should see number, the problem, the work, the answer. Skip a space. Number, problem, work, answer, skip a space. So there should be space in between problems so I know what I'm looking at. And I need all those things done in order to receive credit. If they do not have it, they can show it to me the next day at nutrition or lunch only. Not during class. I will not take it during class because I have to go and then get into the grade book online, and I can't stop class to do that. Each homework is worth 2 points. If they've done half of it, they get a 1. If they've done all of it, they get a 2. And if they did not do it, they get a 0. And it doesn't really matter the excuse. There could be a family emergency. I'll still accept it the next day. Of course, it's more efficient if they're doing it on time because then they can ask questions. If they don't do it on time, they don't have the ability to ask questions about what they understood. At the back of the book, there are the answers. So I'm asking that after they do the homework, problem, work, answer, that they self-correct. Now, if they're just writing problem and answer, I don't accept that as homework. Because the answers are there. I need to see how did they logically get there. What is the path? But they should have ones marked so that they know what to ask in the morning when they come in. Homework will account for 10% of the grade as well as their work habits grade. In work habits, 3 or more missing assignments in a 5-week period. I'm right here now. 3 or more missing assignments in a 5-week grading period will result in a U. 2 will result in an S. And 1, you can still have an E. If there is something that is going on, I would like to know if there's a death in the family, an illness, something. Please do send me a note, an email, and let me know. And just get the work done as soon as possible. If it is late and there is no excused reason, then I will give 1/2 credit within the week. I will not accept late homework longer than we're in that chapter. For instance, let's say on chapter 3, your child missed 3 assignments and at the end of the semester they want to turn those in. I'm going to give them within that chapter that we're working on for them to complete that homework. If it's later than that chapter, then they will not be able to do it. Turn it in for grade. All late homework must be turned in at nutrition and lunch only. And when your child is absent, the class is going to still keep going. We will still keep learning, so it will be your child's responsibility to get the notes, do the homework, and turn it in at nutrition or lunch when they return. I will not chase them around. This is a high school course that your child has opted to take, so they need to act like high schoolers and be responsible for the work that they are assigned. They can get notes from a friend, or they can go online to YouTube and watch a video. They can also email me and say, was there a video today? If I didn't post it. I will be available on some Mondays and Wednesdays, and I will start announcing that during the week after school. Or your child may come in at lunch for extra help. If your child is falling to a C, I do suggest that you are getting them some tutoring. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. I've got to go out of this. All right, so when you're absent, here's what I want your child to do. I will be recording the videos of what we did in class. You can go to My Mama Saki, or you can go to Virtual Nerd. They make videos as well on the topic. Please watch the video, and do your homework assignment and turn it in at the next Monday or Wednesday after class. Homework should be completed the day after the absence and after watching the video. Let's say you're absent for 1 day, then you have 1 day to make it up. If you're absent for 2 days, you have 2 days to make it up. As I mentioned, I'm not going to chase students around. That also has to do for quizzes or tests. If your child misses a quiz or a test, it is their responsibility to come to me and say, I missed a quiz or a test and I need to make it up, because this will all be on the board. And Mondays and Wednesdays are those days that they can come and do that. All right, so 90% of the time, the homework will be on Schoology. I don't want to say every single... I generally put the Schoology homework up after the day has happened, because I make the recording and then I add the recording to the assignment. So please check the board in the classroom daily for the homework. And I really would like at least one parent signed up on Schoology. So if I need to send parent messages, I can send parents message. If I need to send kids message, I can send kids message. We will be using 2 books. The course required book, which is the Accelerated Common Core Algebra 1AB, and the Big Ideas book, and then there is a green Prentice Hall, which is very student friendly. I use that quite a bit. Big Ideas I use more so for a lot of the Common Core word problems where they ask the students to analyze. All right, required supplies. Really, here it is. It looks like so much, but it's really just a spiral or a composition. Here it is. This is the big one right here. 6 pages. I said 60. You don't need to get all 66. You don't need to get all 6 right now. But a spiral notebook, a single subject spiral notebook or composition graph, it should be graph, okay? And that is going to be the math notebook that we're going to be using for notes, homework, everything. We use one at a time. We'll put our notes, we draw a line, we label, notes section 3.3, the page number, and then we draw a line. We say homework, section 3.3, the date, and then they go on the next day, the next section, notes 3.4, the date, and keep doing it. And everything's in there, so they have something to study for. This is to help them get organized with their work. I do suggest they have some college-ruled paper and a 3-ring binder, just so they can store their tests. But they don't need that, especially for my class. On a daily basis, what they really need is the one spiral graph notebook, really just one spiral, or composition book. You need a pencil, and you need a colored pen, pencil with an eraser. I say 4 sharpened pencils because, well, everybody seems to be losing them. Okay, so we have the spiral graph notebook that they need daily, their pencils, and then I did mention the optional graphing calculator. We do have those in class, but what I was saying, if you are going to get one, the TI-84 plus CE is the one to get. They used to have them on sale at Target in August, but they're no longer on sale, so I think for our purposes, it's fine if your kids use it in my class. And then I have a free graphing calculator that I'm going to show them how to use. Eventually, they will need that TI-84 plus CE or a TI Inspire for their SATs, but I don't necessarily know that you need to buy it now, because we do have them. I asked students to have these supplies by August 20th, basically, the notebook, the pencils, the pen. The notebook should be graph. Their 3-ring binder, one more time, should have space to hold their tests. All right, tests and quizzes. Tests and quizzes. Generally, except for the first chapter, beginning of the year test, that is the one test I do not give back to everybody. go. Tests and quizzes will generally be given once a week. It kind of depends on where we fall within the chapter. So we'll generally have one once a week, usually on a Thursday, but not necessarily always on a Thursday. It depends on the timing of the class. So I will generally try for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but Thursday being the optimum day, or Friday. When given a quiz, if the student scores higher on a chapter test and shows mastery by the time they take that chapter test, if they score higher, I will drop that quiz grade. So instead of doing retakes, what it does is it gives the kids some time to really learn the material. It's kind of an informal way of telling them what they know, what they don't know, and what they need to work on. So again, only quizzes will be dropped if they show mastery on the chapter test. If they happen to do better on the quiz than on the chapter test, I will not drop that chapter test because it's a combination of all skills learned. There are no retakes. This is a high school course and this is honors level. So we do expect that they can do this without retests. All work should be shown in pencil. 2 points will be deducted if it's done in pen. 1 point if your name is not written on the test. If you miss a test or a quiz, please come to the next Monday or Wednesday after school session. Monday or Wednesday, please make arrangements with me. I will not chase you around. And that's tests or quizzes. The grading scale we use is 9 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 60 to 69 is a D, and the only time I round is on a final report card, and that would be if a student has 89.5 or higher, I will round up to the A, or 79.5, I will round up to the B. At 88%, I will not round. Homework counts for 10%. Tests, quizzes, and projects are 90%. I will hand back the students their tests and we go over them in class. My suggestion is that kids are taking notes on them. They should be taking notes. And that's it. Parents should be signing their tests. And then grades are generally posted online. I suggest you check your child's grades once a week. Once a week. Please don't email me if you see a missed assignment. You talk to them and make sure they come in. This class is a high school class that the relationship is between them and me, and we're trying to get them to start becoming more independent. In high school, you will have no control of this, so this is a great time for you to start really talking to them and saying, you need to get that assignment in. You deal with them, and I will deal with your kids. Also, I do have videos up on YouTube. Let me see. I do have videos up on YouTube. So if we go to YouTube, sorry. And then you type in Michelle Yamasaki or My Mamasaki. Either one, my channel, it's Michelle Yamasaki, My Mamasaki, and then we have, this was the most recent class video that I recorded was 3-5 with variables on both sides. So that's a resource for you. Let's see, anything else? I did pull up what the TI 84 plus CE looks like. If you do get a TI calculator, please don't get the old one that is not in color. The color really makes a difference for the kids. You can see like a red equation will go with the red graph and a blue equation will go with the blue graph. So it really helps the kids to understand the difference in the equations and what their picture looks like. So that is what that looks like. And there's a picture of me in middle school. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And that's my back to school video. Sorry I could not be here. My email is at, sorry, I'm just looking, I'm going to write it here for you. Oh, there it is. mymamasaki@gmail.com. Thanks, and have a great night.